Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to start detailing full-time. If you've ever considered detailing, or if you're doing it part-time, or just as a hobby, on the weekends, whatever it may be, chances are going full-time has crossed your mind. Why wouldn't it? Especially if you're getting good results. So to start the easiest and best way possible in this sense, there's a few things to really consider. The first one being, do you have enough money to start? Not even just money coming in. Do you have enough money saved up to start? There's many products that you can get to start and to choose from. And when starting, you really don't have to go above, say, $500. $500 is a pretty decent place to start. But then it hits you. You get excited. And that's okay. I mean, you should be excited and passionate about it. Especially if you are considering going full-time. But when this happens, there's so many products out there on the line, so many different things being advertised, it's really hard to just kind of choose one product. You can ask any detailer and they've probably got, at least 5 to 6 different versions of the same product, because they all work differently. It's up to user preference, honestly, for the most part at least. So there's going to be different tools, different products, just different things in general that you're going to want to get for yourself to do a better job. And that'll just come with the excitement. Or it'll come with the customers. Because most of the time, customers are going to tell you straight up what they want. They're going to tell you what they want you to do, what they want to see. They're going to ask you what you can do. And sometimes they may prompt you with a question. They might ask you something that you can't provide yet, but now that you've thought about it, you'd love to. So then you go to the store and you've got to get it. You got to get more. So even if you do start with, say, a $400, $500 budget and get started, just be prepared to want to get more soon after. And that doesn't even include any other things, like insurance, like a city business license. There's so many different legal things that you could partake in as well. Or the worst thing, what if you damage the customer's vehicle? I mean, no one ever plans on doing that. No one ever plans to damage something, necessarily. But it happens, and it can happen to anyone. So you've got to be prepared in that aspect too. This is by no means trying to scare anyone away. This is just simply some guidelines that would be really helpful if they were just laid out to know beforehand. And then you've also got to think about the other end. We've talked about some of the tools, products, etc. that you might want to get when you start. The insurance that you might want to get when you start. But you don't have to. I mean, not everything. And so what if you get too much? What if you think that you're not spending so much and then you get yourself in a hole? Said, oh, well, I'll just detail using these tools and make that money back. Which, sure, that is a risk. And yeah, that has a potential. That could come out great. That could work. But at the same time, that is a risk. And so it's probably easier if you not only start with a budget to get yourself into it all, to dip your toes in, but to also have a little bit of backup money for just in case that you need something else. In case you've spent too much money in one area by accident. In case you didn't calculate things quite just right. This way you have some wiggle room when you get started, and things can go a lot smoother. And if that's not possible for you right now, then that is fine. Just keep those things in mind so you don't get yourself into a bind. So you don't make your situation worse. So to recap, to make going full-time a lot easier, we have to think about, of course, we're going to get tools, products, all of that, but we have to think about the extra expenses that aren't quite as clear to see. So insurance, if you damage the vehicle, if you need more tools, if someone wants more tools, if someone wants you to have more tools. Because things can happen all the time. Customers will line up with different questions for you, with different jobs for you, and if you're not prepared, then you could lose them. And then at the same time, you don't want to spend too much. You don't want to focus too much. You don't want to dive too much into it, because what if you don't like it? What if it isn't your calling? What if you'd rather try something else? It's very easy to just dive a lot of money into something like that without knowing how it's going to end, how you're going to feel about it after a little bit, if customers are slow or fast in your area. It's a lot of guesses. So the safest way to go about it, if not the best way to go about it, is to start off with a budget enough to where you have a little bit left over for anything extra, like a safety net. That way you don't run into any unexpected issues. And even if you do, then you can take care of them easily. Or, if you only have a budget, but you have another job, then that can make things a lot easier too. Even if you just have a part-time job, at least if business is slow, or you do have any extra expenses, that part-time job will help you. Or that will pay for your normal expenses, like your household expenses, or groceries, like anything like that. That's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean. Then the detailing money can stay strictly to the detailing business, to put back into it and help it grow. Because it's going to be a lot more difficult to take all of that detailing income and put it into your full-time lifestyle if detailing isn't actually a full-time, everyday customer job for you. So it's just better to have either a safety net of money or to have at least a part-time job to help carry some of that weight until things pick up. And then, as soon as things start picking up and you can tell that it is a consistent and more stable income, then you can quit the part-time, full-time, whatever other job that you have and focus just on the detailing and growing it and getting more money and more growth. And so that's probably the easiest way to go about it. Because the truth is, a lot of us go in full-time without thinking of these things, myself included. And it'll work for a while, but if things do change, if the seasons change, or if you've served most of the people around you and vehicles are all pretty well taken care of, then you have to take a different approach. But again, this isn't meant to scare anyone or to take away anyone's motivation or their passion. None of that. It's to simply help you with that motivation, with that passion, and to keep you safe when starting out. Because the truth is, I just want us all to grow together. And I really want us all to learn together. Because I love spending time on YouTube, listening to detailing videos, podcast on Spotify, whatever it may be. And so, if this has helped you in any way, let me know. And if you have any other tips similar, please let me know. I would love to hear it. But that's that. Have a good one, y'all. See ya.